Hi, this is the amazing Ascari circuit near Ronda in the south of Spain. I'm here for the launch of KTM's 1290 Super Duke.
Few bikes have received as much pre-launch publicity as this latest in KTM's line of naked V-twins. Its prototype, which KTM nicknamed the Beast, snarled through its promotional video and was wheelied up the Goodwood Festival Hill by racer Jeremy McWilliams. So it's a little ironic that although the production Super Duke R makes a phenomenal 180 horsepower and masses of low rev torque, one of the most notable things when you come to ride it is how polished and refined it is. KTM have taken a lot of trouble to make the Beast manageable as well as powerful. Its engine is a new 1301cc version of the firm's 75-degree 8-valve V-twin. The development team concentrated on reducing the weight of internal parts to improve response and reduce vibration. Typically sharp, aggressive styling is unmistakably KTM. The view from the reasonably low seat is of a digital display with a slightly raised, relatively narrow one-piece handlebar. There's a fairly roomy riding position and a choice of street, sport or rain engine mode via a press of the left thumb. The first thing that struck me out on the Spanish roads near Ronda is just how flexible the engine is. It doesn't matter what gear you're in or how hard the engine is revving, just crack open the throttle and the Super Duke tries to dislocate your shoulders. And the great thing is, the throttle response is so sweet, even in the most aggressive sport mode, that this ultra grunty motor is very easily controllable. The fueling is outstanding for such a big, powerful V-twin. Here I'm riding uphill and put the bike into 6th gear, and you can see it's actually pulling quite happily from 3000 RPM in top. Of course, this flexibility helps make it as easy to ride as it's fast, and it sure is fast. The chassis is superb too. It's based on a typical KTM style chrome moly tubular steel frame, holding a single-sided aluminium swing arm with multi-adjustable WP suspension. The 48mm upside-down forks have separate compression and rebound damping adjusters, one in each leg with neat plastic knobs so you don't need a screwdriver. The shock gives 156mm of travel, so actually quite a lot, which helps give a reasonably comfortable ride, but it's all very well damped and controllable. As well as a day on the road in southern Spain, we also got to test the bike at the Ascari circuit. It was really impressive on the track too. A high-barred naked bike with this much power had easily been a handful, but the KTM charged to 150 miles an hour and stayed very stable. Even on the track it was happy to accelerate hard out of turns from as little as 5000 RPM, revving smoothly to the red line at 9800 through the very sweet gearbox. There's some clever electronics to help too. The traction control works really well and was occasionally welcome on slippery Spanish roads. The Brembo monoblock front brake is superbly powerful, and the ABS was excellent too, even on the track. Ironically, just about the only thing the Super Duke doesn't normally do all that well is wheelie, because the traction control incorporates an anti-wheelie function designed to maximise acceleration. You can turn that off, but it's a bit fiddly, and then of course you don't get the benefit of the traction control in corners. By contrast, although some of the Super Duke ancestors were completely bonkers, the 1290 is actually quite sensible and practical. Its engine's pretty fuel efficient, so you should get a range of about 150 miles from the 18-litre tank. At just over 200 kilos or around 440 pounds of the full tank, it's light enough to be manageable in town. The seats seem comfortable, and although a pillion doesn't get much room, at least there are plenty of places to secure luggage. Being a KTM, there are heaps of accessories too, from heated grips and panniers to carbon fibre parts, crash protectors and an Akrapovic pipe. We got a few laps of Ascari on this tricked out R bike with a full race pipe, WP suspension and slick tyres. Needless to say, that really was a weapon. Perhaps the Super Duke's main drawback is that even if you don't buy lots of accessories, it's an expensive bike by naked standards, costing quite a lot more than its closest rivals such as BMW's S1000R and Aprilia's Tuono V4R. But if you can live with the price, it's a stunning machine. Fast, exciting, refined, reasonably versatile, most of all fun to ride. The Super Duke R was going to have to be very good to justify all the hype, and I reckon it just about does.